Welcome to my swing tip for the week. This is purely about trying to maintain what we call the body posture or the spine angle. A lot of golfers that come to me always telling me the same story, with the mates telling them to keep their heads down, and they felt that they were standing up or their head was coming up, which is why they weren't hitting the ball very cleanly. Now, this is to show you that we're not actually after the head. We're only after the upper body position. So the main factor here is what's happening from the waist up, and the idea is that we want to try and maintain that body position through the swing. Now this is what happens when you try and keep your head down. You then squeezing the chin down into the chest, which then narrows up and tightens up the body a little bit around the back. So what you end up doing is you're trying to make a golf swing where you're keeping everything very cramped, very low to the floor, and you limit your rotation and the ability to squeeze the golf club through between you and the body and get a lot of distance on the golf ball. Now, with the range balls we have here, I've only managed to get a yardage of around 134, so it's not ideal. Cramp myself up, no real rotation with the body, so I'm very stuck, and that's what we see a lot of golfers do when they try and over-exaggerate keeping their head down. Now, ideally what we'd like to see is a posture where the spine is a little bit straighter, but then maintaining that level all the way through the golf swing. Now, that is the tough part in the golf swing. I don't even get it right all the time, but I'm not too worried about my head. So you can see as I rotate up, as I start the downswing, I'm already looking away from the golf ball towards the target. All I'm really focused on is trying to make sure that when I get back into impact, my spine angle is the same. So you can see that I'm trying to maintain that angle there the entire time, because that controls what's happening with the shoulders. And as long as the shoulders can rotate on the same plane, you will hit the ball cleanly and you will return the club back onto the golf ball in the square position that we're after. So trying to keep your head down is not necessarily correct. Keeping your eyes over the ball is not necessarily important. I've hit the ball 14 yards further with these range balls now, just from freeing up the arms a little bit and being able to rotate through the golf ball because I wasn't blocking myself off. So when somebody tells you to keep your head down, try focus more on keeping the upper body down and see what happens. Now, the easiest way of doing that is to try and work out getting the hands a little bit lower through impact, trying to make sure that when you start, you want the hands to return to the same place. Now, that's probably the easiest focus point you can have on the golf course, is just trying to get your hands to return to the same place they were when they started. And you can see there, even myself, with a lot of practice, I'm still slightly above it, so I'm guilty just as much of standing up over the golf ball and not keeping that posture down.